All right, TFWR. We're back. The morning grind. Ricky Cheese, Jordan Cone, talking all the wrestling. We're back. Number 2.
Sure. Episode
Uh,
number 2 of the morning grind.
hey, I think that's one more. That's twice as much as we did last time on the show. So hey, we're making progress.
That's
All right,
right.
yeah, guys, we appreciate you joining us for the second edition of the morning grind. Jordan Cone, we got Ricky Cheese here, both enjoying our coffee. Sponsored by who's our sponsor?
Cauliflower Ear Coffee Company. You can check them out at cauliflowerearcoffee.com. Promo code TFWR 2026. You will get 15% off anything you purchase. So head on over to cauliflowerearcoffee.com. Check out all their great coffees. They got K cups, they got beans, they've got ground coffee. Whatever you want, it's there for you. It's the coffee that never taps out on flavor.
Strongest in the game, baby. All right, so speaking of never taps out, big. We're talking about the grind. Today's guest is a guy that his grind never stops. I did an episode with him, solo without you, a couple months ago, because he was getting the Southern College duels together for the NCWA. This year, I believe he coaches at a high school as well. I feel like he never stops. Today's guest is none other than South University of South Florida head coach James Lawless. What's up, James? Welcome to the show.
How y'all doing today?
Good, good, good.
Doing great, man.
Trying to look
How
up
you
the
doing?
cauliflower ear coffee, but we're
I got to
doing
get me
Yeah,
some of that coffee.
yeah. Are you a coffee drinker?
it's
Oh
a
yeah, I'm drinking coffee right now.
Nice. Yeah, it weirds me out a little bit when someone's like, "I don't drink coffee." Like Alex Wisdom, he don't drink coffee, and I was like, "Not yet. You're
yeah,
young.
he's
So
young. Give him
give
time.
you some time." But all right, yeah. So University of South Florida head coach James Lawless. Don't you coach at a high school as well? Don't you?
I do. I mean, technically, I coach at two other high schools, but
Two high school. Which
yeah,
ones?
I coach at River Ridge over here in
River.
Newport Richie, and then my son goes to a different school, so I go over there and help out as well.
Nice.
Where's your
Never
son go?
stops.
Golf high school.
Oh, golf.
I
Nice.
think he might be transferring though next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in the international bachelorette program. He's a lot smarter than I am, so he's that's why he goes to golf. But I think he wants to get out of that program and go to River Ridge next year. So we'll see.
So, what I'm curious, James, is about the NWCA program that you're coaching at University of South Florida. Tell us about your wrestling program and what makes it unique.
It's I love it over there. I mean, a lot of the kids they want to they bought in last year. They want to be there. It's none of them are on scholarship, so they're going in the grind every day and they're working their butts off. University of South Florida is unique in the fact that it's a really good medical program. So a lot of these kids from all the United States are coming in. Like I've got a kid from Pennsylvania. He's a four-time state placer. He's a Division I commit. He's coming over next year to wrestle for me.
Wow.
Um, so we're right now next year we're looking at four like prior Division I commits that are coming to USF next year to wrestle. That's just on the men's program. On the female side, I've got two Division I current Division I girls that are wrestling in Division I last year that are coming over to USF to wrestle. So I think that's going to be a big push for us to really start making our name, around the nation.
Now,
Yeah, that's
are
gonna be
you
really.
like just any other college program? Do you actually go out and recruit, or do you wait for them to come to you?
Um, so I'm one of the unique NCAA coaches that does kind of go out there and reach out to these kids, especially in the state of Florida. I try to get like these kids that I see that have potential that may have went to states but didn't place. They didn't get any of these colleges looking at them, but I know they got a lot of potential. They're an athlete, and I think they can excel at the next level. I'll reach out to them and say, hey, listen, if you're going to go to college in the state of Florida, Bright Futures, and you're looking to come to USF, please look into our wrestling program or at least give it a try.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because I
that's
think
smart.
a lot of these
I mean,
kids, when they don't qualify, when they don't place the states, I think a lot of them get like beat down, especially when they're a senior and they feel like they're just not good at wrestling or they just don't want to wrestle anymore. When they go, like, I don't have a chance to wrestle in college, so I'm not going to wrestle anymore. Um, like I've got a kid right now in my program that qualified for nationals last year. He never even qualified for states,
Wow.
and he's beat four scholarship kids so far last year just alone. So these, I mean, if you want it, it's there. But I think a lot of these kids too need a push
yeah, I think.
mentally to be there.
Yeah, I mean, and I try. I try to impart this on any kids that I coach or any kid that, again, like you said, just kind of falls a little short or what have you. I'm like, dude, the jump that you make from high school to wrestling, is astounding. Like you're going to be twice, three times, four times the wrestler you were in high school and college. You just have to be, brave enough to be like, oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to put myself in the situation and have the mentality of I belong here. I belong in college wrestling. And like I said, you have these guys, like you said, never qualified for states, but then fast forward a year, 2 years in a solid program with a solid coach. Like now he's, he said beating scholarship athletes. Like there's no, why not him in a year or two get looked at for, a final year of eligibility at a D2 school, D1 school, and IA school. Like it's cool that you're pushing these kids to be like, hey, there's still more out there.
Well, yeah, and that's you hit right on the point there. So this last year, I've had five of my wrestlers actually get. I've had other coaches around the country reach out to me and say, "Hey, listen, we're looking at this kid. What do you think about him? Do you think he'd want to come over and wrestle at Division II or NAIA?" And I reached out to these kids. I say, "Listen, can you reach out to this coach? He wants you to wrestle for him. I think it's a great opportunity for you." But none of them have, none of them have left me. I don't know why. I mean, I'd definitely chase that scholarship money if it were me, but
I
Yeah.
I
mean,
encourage them to.
it's more, I mean, it's, loyalty. You create something that people want to be around. That's grass isn't always greener on the other side just because they got more toys in the lawn.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, how often do you guys practice and compete?
So this last year, we these guys they really had to deal with a lot of adversity at USF this year. Our room flooded, so we were practicing every day, and our room flooded, and the school did never give us a timeline of when they were going to fix that room. So we were bouncing around from high school to high school, and luckily for us, we were able to get a hold of Coach Logan over at Chamberlain High School, and he allowed us to practice there every day.
Nice.
And with that being said, we try to compete at least every weekend or every other weekend. We're traveling. Like we competed at the Georgia Open, Newberry, a lot of competition here in Florida. Whether we're in Tallahassee or we're at UF over in Gainesville, um, we're trying. I'm trying to get a lot of these kids as much competition as I can, but also within our budget.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
the other
going to
big
ask
issue.
you, how do you fund all the travel and the tournament fees and everything that comes along with it?
I've been fundraising like crazy, trying to find sponsorships and donors. I mean, I'm still doing it now as we speak. I mean, that's the
It's,
How
biggest
tough is
hurdle.
that? How
it's
tough
a,
is that?
Oh, it's a pain.
it's a
And I'll
never ending
that's
grind.
that's me putting it politically correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, honestly, we talk a lot about college wrestling in Florida, getting a D1 college in Florida, this, that, and the other. But our club scene seems to be proliferating at a pretty, fantastic rate. Like I know you mentioned FSU, they're doing well. Like I see a lot of their media work and they're, the kids that they're bringing in. And it's just like they're bringing in solid kids, with solid resumes. Like you said, for you as well, you say you're bringing in D1 commits that they just for their passion took them to a medical school at USF, and now they have a chance to compete. And I can't wait for you to have a lineup of D1 commits, and then you have these kids who are like, oh, it's a club wrestler, and they go out there and they find out that that's just a term.
That's the biggest hurdle that I've seen so far with like the club wrestling. Because when I read this program over, I didn't look at it like a club. I'm like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it the right way. But the other issue is like you can't turn kids away. So we're running practice and a kid walks in barefoot and he's like, "Hey, I've never wrestled before. I'm thinking about trying this out." And
Yeah.
I've got 40 kids in there that have wrestled 4 years of high school or some even longer than that. And I'm like, buddy, I'm like, really, if you come in here, there's a possibility you could probably get hurt. So we ended up doing like Sundays where I allow the like my competition wrestlers to coach on like Sundays for the kids that have never wrestled before.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, because like in my opinion too, if you're coaching wrestling, you're also learning a lot about the sport. You know,
Hmm.
things that you may not have seen while you're drilling or competing yourself.
Hmm.
So I figured that'd be a good opportunity for my wrestlers to give back as well.
Yeah, yeah. There's a statistic that says that like it shows like doing something like helps you retain it, watching something helps you retain it this much, but like actually coaching it, it helps you retain, I think it's like 80 to 90%. Like I'm always encouraging my high school wrestlers come to the middle school class. Middle schoolers, hey, I'm gonna make you guys honorary coaches for the elementary ones, like some of the bigger ones. Like I love doing that. That's such a great way to like you said, reinforce the small details that you might miss.
Yeah, we were blessed to have Coach Spano beat the streets Tampa. He reached out, and I've got several of my wrestlers actually helping him out over there, coach a
Spot
lot of the inner city kids.
He's a phenomenal wrestler. He's a great judo guy too.
Yeah, I love Pat. He's a great guy.
We
I'm
we actually
actually
we wrestled at King for a year. My
okay.
my only year wrestling in college. Which actually, speaking of that, kind of circling back to people, I think getting lost in the term of club or JUCO or NAIA. I was recruited for by this JUCO team, and I was like, I don't want to go JUCO, and I went to King, which was going NAIA to D2. I'm like, all right, that's it's not D1, but all right, I'm okay with it. I wrestled a club kid from the club. I think it was Pratt Community College, where the coach was trying to recruit me. The dude was like 24 first off as a freshman and looked like he was like a 49 pounder. Dude blast doubled me like 14 times in that match, and I was like, oh, this is college wrestling.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this, James. What are some of the misconceptions people have about college club wrestling?
I think the biggest thing is it's not competitive. Like the well, some of my kids coming in, they were like kind of iffy about competing for my team because they were like, oh, it's just going to be a club. It's not that competitive. Those two kids that said that to me actually, they both qualified for nationals. They both got their asses kicked.
Yeah.
And there's unfortunately for us, we're in that transitional stage as an NCAA program, so we're having to wrestle all the transitioning teams. Like Menlo, Liberty, a lot of the teams that have had division programs before that are now going back that they have to do their time in the NCAA, and all those kids are on scholarship. They have a scholarship program that they're wrestling at. They're just competing at the NCAA for right now until they transition. So, like Life, we'll use Life for instance. Life has a great NAIA program, right? Well, their NCAA team is training with their NAIA program every day.
I didn't
They're
know they
not.
had a club team as well.
Oh yeah, they have a phenomenal club team as well.
Wow. So what is their club team made up of guys that just can't crack the lineup on their regular team? Wow.
Doesn't
Dang.
Pitt, I think there's a lot of I
It's
think
like a
Penn
feeder
State actually has a
program for
club team,
life.
don't they?
Penn State has a club team. Ohio State has a club team. Oklahoma State has a club team. I've seen all of them at the NCAA nationals.
That's
Um,
crazy. So they're coming out at nationals and they're wearing an Ohio State singlet, but they're club.
yes, so like the difference is they just have to have the NCAA logo on their singlet,
Right.
but
But it's a
they're wearing
singlet.
yeah.
That's
That
pretty
can get
cool.
into somebody's head, I guess.
Honestly, it might. People get freaked out about it. Have you, coach? Have you heard anything about what's going on at Tarleton State?
Just like blurbs about it. I've heard there was some miscommunication with them wanting to transition. The school wasn't ready for it, and the coach stepped down. But I don't.
He did step down.
That's what I heard. Like I don't want to sit here and make speculations because I'm the type of
Yeah,
person
yeah,
that if I wasn't there in front of them and heard it out of their own mouth, and I don't want to comment
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, I was just kind of I was using it more as a segue of like, do you ever think do you have any ambitions to see USF go D1?
I would love to. I mean, I think Florida really needs a Division One program, in my opinion.
We're glad you.
We're losing so much talent here to other states, and I think it's a travesty because, look at Lake Highland Prep, look at Southgate, look at all these programs that are building monsters. Like for years now, and they've been going on. Like look at Mariner. We're losing a lot of these kids to other states, and I can guarantee you that if we had a Division One program, or even a Division Two program for that matter, a lot of the talent would stay here in Florida.
I believe so.
Why would you leave? Why would you go to snow? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've lived all over the world, and I can tell you right now, like Florida is the best place in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Hey, who are some of your wrestlers that are on your current roster that fans should know about?
I've got Talon Haynes, Xavier Albo. I've got Nikita Sapunov. He's from Russia, and then I have Austin Williams, and I'm sure Then I've got Sean Haley as well,
Are these
and
all former Florida high school guys,
all of them are yeah,
other than the
except for well, Nikita. Nikita did 1 year in high school, but he's from Moscow, Russia.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So you guys got some kids there, man. Who's the most who's your biggest competition right now in the state of Florida?
UCF.
UCF.
Hands down, UCF.
Are they one of the best clubs in the state right now?
They're one of the best clubs in the nation. Yeah.
In the nation?
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, and that's JD Robbins coaching there?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Oh, JD. Okay.
I mean, they've won nationals. I think I'd have to look, but I know they won nationals not that long ago as a team.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember, and UF has a team too, right?
UF does. Yeah, they've got some really good wrestlers as well.
I know they do. They have with that kid that won state from
A 3A state champion
yeah,
from the other coast.
pounder.
What's that?
He was a 26 pounder.
I believe so. Yeah,
Oh man, his name's right on the tip of my tongue too, and I can't.
I forget his name. He was I think he was a Fargo All American as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the kid was tough as hell. He could have wrestled at any Division One college. I think he might not have cracked the lineup right away, but he could have competed.
Oh, 100%. So Talon Haynes, the one kid I was saying about that never qualified for states, he wrestled him 3 times this last year, and they were two of them were close matches.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
and that's something they never even qualified for states. Had a 500 record his senior year.
Yeah. What would constitute a successful year for your team?
I would like to qualify my whole lineup, to nationals and walk out with as many placers and All Americans as I can.
How many did you take last year?
6.
That's pretty good.
Well, we were banged up pretty bad. A lot of the kids got discouraged because of us losing our wrestling room. So we actually only took 6 to our qualifier, and all 6 qualified.
Okay.
So that's the rate. I know the ratio there is better than almost all the teams that we competed against.
What do you have to do to qualify for nationals?
So our qualifier is our SEC championship, which is held at Tallahassee, and that's got I think I want to say 17 teams in it. I believe. UF, UCF, FSU, FAMU, Auburn,
North Florida has a
Clemson,
team too, don't they?
and North Florida's good too. North Florida has a really good team. I
FAMU.
think, and FAMU. Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't Florida State? Isn't FSU and FAMU coached by the same guy?
Yes, he does. He coaches both programs.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him onto a show for a while, but he is super busy.
I
They've
feel.
been
I really do.
they've been doing such a great job over there as well. Honestly, both at FSU and FAMU, he's been working on that for quite a while. Correct?
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
Yeah, like dude, you like, man. Honestly, these club coaches, like, and I really don't even like saying club. I need to get into the thing of saying NCWA because I think just by saying club, it gives people that connotation of like, oh, it's not that serious. But like everything from the coaches to the wrestlers to the fundraising, like you could like club teams take it very seriously. I feel like that name just kind of, I don't know, makes it feel
Well,
like, oh, like it's not serious. Do you feel that? Do you feel like that term kind of like takes away from the amount of, you know, like I said, seriousness that you guys take with it?
I believe it does. I mean, I think you got to stay focused though. As a team and as an individual, and kind of drown out that white noise. I think when you see them go to nationals and you see the competition, the level of competition that's there, I think you kind of change your mind a little bit. I just wish that they would broadcast NCAA nationals, more around the country, so a lot of these high school kids can see that the competition's there. And I just don't think they get enough notoriety, to be honest with you. I think that's part of the problem too.
Yeah, I think that's gonna have to come more from like self promotion from inside the NCAA and everything. I think that's gonna be like a grassroots kind of movement. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're gonna. I don't know. We'll see. There's all sorts of things that we can work on.
There was a time where NAIA was looked upon like club is right now, and
100%.
now look at them. I mean, NAIA is tough as shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit, man. I mean, you
And you
got
get a lot of these kids too that couldn't go to Division One, not because of their talent, but because of their grades or
right,
behavior, and
right.
now they're hammers in NAIA.
Well, half of Life Squad is D1. I mean, either they got in trouble or they flunked out or for whatever reason they just didn't want to go D1, but they're D1 level kids. I mean, half the team, if not more than half, could compete D1.
Look at Iowa Central.
Another one.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
What has USF's most marquee win been so far?
I would say that I wouldn't. I don't want to classify as like a team win, but I like the fact that three of our wrestlers have beat kids from like Chattanooga, Campbell. Those are all Division 1 programs,
Right.
and that's putting them on the map. I don't want to sit here and tout the fact that, like, oh, as a team, because of me being the head coach, they're doing really good. A lot of these kids, they work their asses off every day. And there's a lot of things that people don't see that I don't see from inside the wrestling room that they're doing outside the room. So for me, that's the biggest win. I like when these kids I get a phone call from a coach or an email saying, "Hey, we watched your wrestler wrestle this last weekend. We really like to give them an opportunity at this level for a scholarship." That's where I would say those are the marquee wins for us as a
And
team.
I think that's where club wrestling will start getting the respect it deserves. I believe is using it as like almost like JUCO is used, where it's like, hey, this is a stepping stone for you to get to that next level. It can be. It doesn't have to be, but like seeing it more in that light, I think will change the perception a little bit more. I guess not that there's a bad perception, but I do feel that these kids, like you said, these kids deserve the recognition, deserve to be like, hey, they're working hard. Hey, this is a national champion.
Especially the ones that want to work.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that want to go in there and grind. They want to make it. They want to make themselves better. You also with the club team, you find it where you'll have 25 kids in the room. I call them kids or adults. But you have
Yeah.
25, wrestlers in the room, and of those 25, seven really, really want it. So that's been the biggest hurdle for me. Because even at the high school level, when I'm coaching, all of my wrestlers in the room know how I coach and they want it. They can show up every day ready for the grind. Whereas some of these NCAA kids, they're like, "Oh, well, it's not that serious. I'm not under scholarship." I don't. That is a hard adjustment for me.
Right.
So, like, we started with 71 wrestlers last season, and within a month, we were down to 25. So,
That's how it be though. You know what I mean? That's wrestling. That's how like every season I have starts. It's like, oh, we got 70 kids, and it's like, oh, cool, this is really great. And at the end of the season, we got like 20 limping across the finish line, being like, I'm here, coach.
I think too, it's incumbent on the coach. I think the old school mentality, like the Iowa way of wrestling, where it's heavy hands and grind it out and beat the hell out of each other. I think you're starting to see that fade away. Like Penn State, when you watch them compete, all those kids are smiling. Like they're happy to be there. They want to compete. They're enjoying it. And I think that's the new wave of wrestling now, is trying to find a way to let these kids enjoy being in that room every day. That want They want to work hard now because they
Yeah,
enjoy being there.
yeah.
Not like it's a job where they have to just show up and get through it.
I think
You
you are
you
right on the spot.
named
I was just having the conversation with I forget who, but like I think you're right. I love Iowa. I love that style,
So
love
do
that
I.
mentality. But I feel like you said, injecting that fun into it, injecting that like focus on scoring more points rather than just winning is like it's obviously proving. Like I think a guy like Austin DeSanto did great at Iowa, right? Obviously did really great, but I think that Penn State mindset, would have helped him out a lot because he gets very like, high anxiety, high pressure, and obviously he can deal with it most of the times. But I feel like that relaxing would have been a game changer for him.
I agree. I mean, so with all my wrestling programs, whether at the high school or even at the NCAA level, every Monday we do a thing called Mental Monday, and we hit on the mental aspects, the psychological aspects of wrestling. Because it's no different than the military. Like when your psyche has to be there, you have to be in the right mindset to be able to perform at the highest level. And I think as programs, we're not really. That's like an untapped resource. I feel for a lot of programs, they don't really hit on mental mindset a whole lot, and you can see it because you'll have really good room wrestlers, but they're not competitors, and that's where their mind starts to drift, and that's where they start to get into a bad mental mind space, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a big part of the game for sure. I remember the kid's name from UF, Ethan Vugman.
Yes, that's it. And
Steve,
his dad's a really good guy too. I was talking
super
about Gordon.
super nice guy.
Yeah,
Very good family, and he's got a brother that wrestled as well. Yeah, good family. I remember when that kid first came on the scene. He wasn't a world beater, and I'm like, this kid's got something. He's going to be good, and I just keep watching him advance and progress and advance and progress. And by his senior year, he won a state title. Man, he was whooping people.
yeah, he's tough. Great
He's
kid.
hard as hell too.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into UF.
It is. It is. Like believe it or not, it's pretty difficult to get into USF as well.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember, and I don't want to talk smack because I coached there, but I remember back in the day, USF wasn't very highly renowned educational institution,
Yeah.
and now I think because of the medical program, it's just taken off.
Yeah. There's a few guys in the NFL from USF.
Oh yeah, there was
Oh,
one buck that was from the USF,
oh
Pierre
really?
Paul. Yeah,
Okay. Nice. What's the most rewarding part of coaching for you?
I think watching them grow. Even at the high school and at the NCAA level, I think watching them grow as individuals, not just as wrestlers, but like as men. Building men that I know when they go out into the real world, because the real world's not going to give them many chances to fix things. They have that adversity that they've dealt with throughout their years of wrestling that now they can handle pretty much anything.
Yeah.
It's not going to mentally break them.
All right, Coach. So I know you have a camp coming up in July, correct?
I do, yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we, like one of my biggest pet peeves with wrestling camps are you'll have a clinician come in and they're great clinicians and they'll show technique and they say, go, hey, hit that 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, or whatever. And 80% of the kids in that camp are not getting the technique. Like the ones that are wrestling at that level are understanding it. So, kind of wanted to create a camp not just for kids to understand technique, but also for a lot of kids that their family can't afford to send them to wrestling camps. So we're trying to do a sponsorship for a lot of kids that don't have that financial capability to be able to go to camps. So we're going to try to sponsor it. Like 50% of our campers, we're going to try to sponsor them for free to come to the camp.
Nice.
And we're going to do a 3-day camp. And, I'm trying to have, for every 4 wrestlers, I want to have at least one camp counselor that's a current college wrestler. So, like when a clinician shows technique, those counselors are going to make sure that those wrestlers understand that technique and the concepts of why we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Hopefully, you'll get a lot of kids. And what are the dates of that? And where is it going to be?
It's at July 11th. No, July 13th to the 15th.
Okay.
July 13th to the 15th. It's going to be at 5A High School in Pasco County.
Okay. 5
And we're,
a.m.
and we're going to run that from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
So, we talk, it's called the morning grind, and obviously you are constantly grinding going from 2 high schools to a college. How do you deal with coaching across that big breadth of maturity and experience?
That's a great question.
I've got a great wife. She's very understanding that I'm never home um, because I'm also in law enforcement. So like I'm, working shift work constantly, and I'm out of the house quite a bit.
Who do you
And
work for?
she's Tampa Police Department,
Nice. How long you been with them?
15 years.
Wow. Good for you.
So
I'm
yeah.
retired PSO,
Oh, are you really?
Broward Sheriff's Office.
Okay, outstanding. Yeah. So I used to work for the sheriff's office here in Pasco,
Okay.
and I went over to Tampa, bought my time back for the pension. So I've got 3 months left to retire, and
Good. Good for you.
and I just got out of the military last November, out
Okay.
of the reserves. So um, I would say a lot of that is just my passion for wrestling the sport. I mean, it's given me so much over the years, and I just try to give back as much as I can. I know sometimes like high school rivals like golf and River Ridge, some of the kids are like, "Hey, why are you going over there to coach?" Or why are you coaching that kid? He beat me this last weekend. And I'm like, I'm like, listen,
Can't
guys,
take
it's
it. You can't take it personal.
no, it's I just feel like it's my way of giving back to these kids and helping build young men, and
Yeah.
if I can change the lives of 5 kids in a decade, I've done my job.
All
That's all.
right. Last thing I want to end on. Can you tell me a little bit about this picture and the guys in it? Can you see it?
That's
I
very
can.
small.
Where's it at?
It's in front of. Oh, I was hoping you'd be able to see that.
It's
We're still
really
working
hard
on.
to see, Jordan. It's very
All
small.
right. All right, we'll work on that one. Or it was a picture of the of you, a couple of your guys outside of Actually, see if I can share my screen. We're working on we're working on all of our call it.
Technology.
Yeah,
While he's doing that, real quick. Um,
is that any better?
Oh yeah, I see it. That
okay.
Yeah,
was on our way back from nationals.
yeah. That's a good time. Where was your nationals at?
It was in Bossier City, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah.
You guys
So what was
drove
your
or flew?
So because of budget, we had to drive. We had to rent a Sprinter van and drive up.
That had to be fun.
It was a blast. These kids, they learn a lot about themselves, and they garnish those friendships that they'll bond forever. I think through situations like that, where you're staying in hotel rooms and traveling and.
Yes. Yes. So the one question I wanted to ask you, a closing question, if there's a high school wrestler or parent listening right now who doesn't think college wrestling is an option for them, what would you tell them?
I would say to at least explore it. A lot of parents are worried that the kids are going to get burnt out, and I do see that a lot. A lot of these parents push their kids at a very young age,
Yeah.
say 6, 8, 7, 7, 8, 9 years old, where they want them to compete every weekend, and now by the time they hit middle school, they just don't want to wrestle anymore.
Right.
Because it's not fun to them anymore. So I would say, and a lot of it too, I believe, are the kids telling their parents they don't want to wrestle because they're burnt out. I
Mm.
would say give it a chance. Every coach is different. Give that coach at that next level the opportunity to fire that passion inside of you to want to wrestle again. I had a kid on my team, Austin Williams. He didn't want to wrestle anymore for USF, and he actually wrote me a Christmas card that said, "Thank you for reigniting my passion in wrestling."
Wow.
So I think that these parents, every coach and every program is different. I'm not taking anything away from any program. There's some great programs out there. I'm just saying that there's different coaches at every program for different kids,
Yeah.
and at least try to let those coaches give that opportunity to ignite that passion again. So it may change your life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, James, we appreciate you coming on. We know you are a super busy man. Maybe we'll have to get you on for Mondays for a Mindset Monday. We have to add that to the morning grind and have you as a reoccurring guest if you want, if you're feeling it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
What a great
I,
last name for a police
Oh
officer.
no! So yeah, I told him
I
that
knew it was
too. I was like,
coming.
"How cool!"
I
Yeah,
knew it
you
was
know,
coming.
I was trying to hold it back, but Ricky beat me. Like, that's pretty cool.
It's
You know.
it's funny because my brother and my dad are both. Well, my dad's retired, but my brother is currently working as well.
Okay.
So
Same
And
department?
then like,
no, my dad and my brother both worked for the sheriff's office, and my dad retired from there. And my brother's still working.
Where'd you go to high school?
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Okay.
I was the first graduating class there
Wow. Wow.
many years ago.
You're aging
nah,
yourself.
you're not that
You're
old.
dating yourself.
All right, man. We'll see you later. We'll talk to you another time. And man,
Yeah,
dude, good
absolutely.
luck with everything, dude. You're doing an awesome job over there.
Yeah. Thank you for what you do, man. It's making a difference and it's giving kids an opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have had.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you.
For sure. Have a great rest of your day, James.
You all.
All right, that was Coach James Lawless. That dude is awesome, dude. I don't know how he's still going, man. I was when I had him on that the first time without you, and he was telling me all that he's doing. It's just like that is a lot of work.
Dude, he's a cop. He coaches a couple of different programs, different levels of programs. He's married. How do you balance all that, man? That guy's fucking Superman.
I mean, honestly, just like he said, though, it's a great wife, great family
Yeah.
support. I know I'm able to do half the stuff that I do, more than half the stuff I do, because I have a wife that
You have a
supports.
great wife too. Yep.
Yeah, supports you do as well. You got a great partner in Lori.
Yep.
That's why it's such an important thing to facilitate the relationships around you and start from the center. I don't know how many people have read the book, Seven Habits for Highly Effective People, but that's one of the things it talks about is putting the priorities first and having the people around you to help you get there. And then these things that you want and passions tend to be a lot easier to put together. You know what I mean?
For sure. All right, my man. Have a
All
great
right. We appreciate you, TFWR, for tuning in to the second episode of The Morning Grind. Today's guest, again, was Coach James Lawless at USF. Make sure you look in for his camp. And if you are a wrestler looking to wrestle at the next level, but stay in Florida, man, check him out. South Florida is awesome. It's a great place to be. We do want to appreciate our sponsor again, Cauliflower Ear Coffee Company. It is the flavor that won't tap out. Make sure to use the promo code TFWR 2026 for how much is it? 15% off?
15% off. It'll save you like
50.
$3 to $4 each bag.
All right, man. We appreciate you. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's guest is going to be Jeffrey Estrada from Sons of Thunder and Daughters of Zion. I know you've seen him all around because that
Jeffrey,
dude
don't
gets
miss
around.
that. Do not
He's
miss
trained.
tomorrow's episode.
Yeah. All right. We will see you tomorrow. You guys have fun and keep grinding on.
Keep grinding for greatness, baby.